All right, guys. So I know you're going to like this one. The 5.7 liter Hemi is coming back to America. They're going to start producing the 5.7 liter Hemi V8 engine in the United States of America. They're removing it from Mexico and bringing it back to the USA. Two things about this. Number one, it's great that that engine's being made in America. But number two, the Hemis are back. They're already talking about extending the Dodge Durango Hemi all the way through 2026. I think the Hemis are about to come back, and they're going to make a great resurgence, man. Big V8 engines in the good old US of A, man. They're coming back. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I'm in a house that makes it a house vlog. You know how it's going down. When I come around, let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, police chases, anything and everything else that you could possibly need happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So boom. Let me go ahead and get you guys locked in here. Shout out to Mopar Insiders doing what he does best, dropping nothing but absolute Hemi Mopar heat. However, according to one of our sources, Stellantis is preparing to restart 5.7 liter Hemi V8 production, this time at the Dundee engine plant, which is in Michigan, y'all, USA. This marks a significant shift, as it would be the first time in years that a Mopar V8 engine has been produced in the United States. It also adds weight to the theory that the Hemi will return to the Ram 1500. Boom. Before diving into this means for the future of Stellantis and the Ram lineup, let's take a look at the recent history of Dundee engine plant. So they're just talking about the history of the engines that have been built there. But specifically, you already know that Tim Kuniskis, which is the father of the SRT, he took over Ram. So he's running Ram right now. The V8 Hemi is going to be built in Michigan, right, at the Dundee engine plant, which specifically builds the engines and all that stuff, the powertrains for the Ram. So 9 times out of 10, what that's telling me is two things. Number one, the Ram 1500, 2500, 3500, well, not 3500 or not 2500. Well, yeah, the 2500 had the 6.4, right? But the Ram in general is going to have a Hemi, 5.7 liter Hemi of some sort, right? Whether it's a 5.7 or a 6.4, the Ram will have a Hemi. How far up the line they'll go, whether or not they go up to the 392 or the Hellcat 6.2 T-Rex, we don't know. We've had speculations about there being a legitimate T-Rex replacement, not the RHO, that inline twin turbo BS, but a legitimate Hemi replacement for the T-Rex, which would give this some sort of credence that the Hemi is coming back to America. But also, on a broader scale, the Hemi is back. You know what I mean? The Hemi is back, straight up and down. If it's coming back for the Ram, it's already here for the Dodge Durango for another year, maybe 2, going into 2026. The Hemi is back. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be back for the Charger anytime soon. There is no Challenger, so that's not even a component right now. For the next probably 2-3 years, we're going to be Hemi-less when it comes to the Charger. But the Ram and the Durango, they may be dropping some cool stuff in those bodies, man. So let's take a look here. Yeah, Dundee engine plant could soon start building a 5.7 liter Hemi V8. Production is going to be moving back to the U.S. Now, of course, this has a lot to do with your boy DJT. That's Donald J. Trump. That's our president. And a lot of the tariffs and, well, you know, he initially threatened to tariff Mexico, and then Mexico acquiesced and decided, hey, listen, you know, let's work a deal out. I need you, you need me. Let's make it happen. And it just so happens that Stellantis does a lot of business in both Canada and Mexico, which were literally the two countries that you know, America was at trade war with. You know, we had issues with both Canada. I think we still do with Canada. We're still talking about throwing a 25% tariff on all exports. And at the time with Mexico, but like I said, Mexico relented and they finally came to the table and said, let's make it happen. And the biggest thing with Trump, man, from what I understand, you guys correct me, this is not a political channel, so we're not going to get too political, but he wants to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. All of that outsourcing that we were doing from the past administrations, he wants to bring that all back to the U.S., right? All that outsourcing to Canada, all that outsourcing to Mexico, he wants to bring that back to the U.S. You know what I'm saying? I think Crown Royal is going to stay in Canada, though. You know what I'm saying? That's going to stay a Canadian whiskey. They're not bringing that to the States. But for everything else, including the 5.7 liter Hemi, he wants that to be brought back to the United States, and I am happy with it, to be honest with you. Let's see here. Since the departure of former Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares, I think everybody's happy to see him gone. The Stellantis organization has undergone rapid changes. Pricing strategies are being reevaluated. Electrification plans are being reconsidered. Boom, because of your boy Donald Trump. Donald Trump, basically the first day, he wrote an executive order that whole 2030 BS that Joe Biden was talking about. All cars after 2030 have to be electrically powered, at least in California, and then after 2035, all over the United States or something like that. He shut that shit down with the quickness. So big V8s, big engines, big V10s, V12s, that's coming back. Electrification plans are being reconsidered, and in a surprising twist, the 5.7-liter V8 HEMI has been granted an extended lease on life in the Dodge Durango. Because we just talked about the 2025 Dodge Durangos are going to have the HEMI, right? And they're going to start from the 5.7 all the way up to the Hellcat. I've even seen reports that they're going to be dropping the supercharged HEMI and the Dodge Durango all the way through 2026. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they're saying. Over the past month, rumors online have been circulating that the 5.7-liter HEMI could return to the Ram 1500 despite being initially phased out for 2025 in favor of the more powerful twin-turbo 3-liter Hurricane i6 engine. People are willing to give up a little bit of power for a V8, right? People want the sound, people want the experience, people want the V8. I understand that the inline 6 twin-turbo 3-liter is more powerful on paper, probably get better gas mileage, but you don't get that experience. And when it comes to a truck, you want a big engine in a truck. It's a truck for a reason. And that's where that V8 comes into play. A trusted source recently told us about a new development that will excite Mopar enthusiasts and lend credibility to the speculation surrounding the HEMI's return. Previously, the 5.7-liter HEMI was built at Stellantis Saltillo engine plant in Mexico, right? But production ceased to make way for additional Hurricane i6 engines, while the Durango continues to benefit from the stockpile of pre-built 5.7-liter HEMIs. It was widely believed that once those reserves ran out, the HEMI would be gone for good. You know what I'm saying? They had a bunch of reserves, but once those ran out, they would be gone for good. But according to that, that's not the case. They're going to restart the 5.7-liter HEMI V8 production, right, and bring it to America this time. And like I said, number one, that's good because production's coming back to the U.S. That's more jobs, more people going to work, more people in America benefit, making money. I love it. You know what I'm saying? If it's got the American flag on it, I'm with it 100%. But also it's good because it's telling us that there is a future with the HEMI in it, right? Whether it's the 5.7-liter, you got to start small. So you can't just come out the gate with the 6.2 or the 6.4. You got to start small, right? They've already been promising this inline 6 BS. And now they're talking about the 5.7 again or the HEMI again, so they got to start small. So they're going to start small with the HEMI 5.7, right? And then slowly but surely, you're going to see them working their way into bigger engines, right? The 1500 is going to get a 6.4 or a 6.2, and then before you know, we're looking at a T-Rex 2. You know what I mean? Something prehistoric, something crazy. So I'm happy to see it, man. I'm here for it. Bring the HEMI back to the U.S., put more Americans to work, put more money in these Americans' pockets. You know what I'm saying? And bringing that damn V8 engine back to America, 100%. I'm happy with this. How do you feel about it, man? Like, subscribe, comment, talk to your boy. It's been your boy Knockout 360. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, man. Peace.